What's going on, everybody? This is your girl Janelle, and you are tuned into the Creative Corner. I am here with the artist Roderrick, aka Art and Hip Hop, aka Humble Beginnings. All them AKAs, but he is a man of many hats. What's going on?
What's going on? What's popping?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Like I'm amazing, man. Just sitting here enjoying this beautiful Saturday. It's amazing, man.
Yes. It's hot. I tell you that. Okay. This air condition is on high right now. But no, you say you're a man of many hats. Okay, so you have several nicknames. But first, we're gonna go to Roderrick and his bio and who he is. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I was originally born in Miami, Florida. That's my root, but I ended up moving to this beautiful, amazing place called Brunswick, Georgia, by the age of 10, and that's where I practically spent the majority of my life, just growing up. And I love the city. It's the city where I eventually discovered my love for art. You know what I'm saying? And so as far as like the art wise, it's had a huge impact on my life. You know what I'm saying? Just coming, you know what I'm saying? Like putting myself out there and just coming from just getting inspiration from where I live at. That's mainly what my art revolves around. It revolves around my life and then people I grew up with, you know what I'm saying? So that's just a little bit about myself.
All right, so you jumped from Miami to Georgia, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I got family in Georgia, so that's actually one of the places that I wouldn't mind living in for the rest of my life. Like not to start my life, but to finish.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a vibe. I love it out there. I love it. I got family in Savannah, Georgia. So,
oh wow.
Yeah. They're like, I went up there once and it was just like a wrap. It was like, I'm moving here. I'm staying here for the rest of my life. This is it. So the vibe of Georgia is definitely amazing. But you said like it influenced your art. Like, what age did you really see like, okay, I'm gonna be an artist? Or what age did you realize like this is something that I would definitely want to do or fall in love with?
Wow. Well, I was a very introverted child. I spent a lot of time by myself. And I spent a lot of time just listening to music and stuff like that. But one day, I was just like watching, you know what I'm saying, TV, you know what I'm saying, watching music videos and stuff like that, and just flipping through the channels. I saw this guy called Yarnell. He was painting, and I said, "Oh, that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna try that." And I went out, bought some paint, and it's just been that's where it all started from.
How old were you?
You know, I believe I was around 13. Like I was around 13. So once I picked up that paintbrush, it was over from then. That's just been my love.
So did you start like sketching and work your way to the paintbrush, or did you just go straight to the paintbrush?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to be honest with you, yeah, I've always like draw. I always grew up drawing like even my sister would tell me because I was bad as a kid. So one of the things they would use to like at least to sit me down with, they would put a pencil in my hand, just say, here, go draw. And so I always drew. Like I've always drew. But I don't think I really got into like the whole like drawing and art and actually like telling stories until I was around 13 is when I started painting. Yeah.
Wow. So okay. So you like it was kind of like a therapeutic thing for you in a sense.
Yeah. It was mainly one. I was homeschooled my whole entire life.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So usually where all my friends were like at school, you know what I'm saying? I was at home by myself. So I was just trying to like pass the time, like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you know, you're home for like, you know, 8 hours,
Okay.
eight,
I was about
six
to
hours.
say you're just home.
Yeah, just home. So you might as well, like, you know, I just try to find ways to occupy my time. And art was one of those things that just did it for me, you know.
Mm.
Not just that, all the kids would see my work and they'd be like, "Oh my God, you did that? That's insane, yo!" You know, and of course that just made me want to go, you know, want to go even harder at it, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I understand that because I'm a I'm artistic. So sketching
Oh
was
yeah.
something I love to do also. And I got some paintings around here in my room somewhere. So I always respect an artist. And I understand like it's something about just sitting and just drawing or painting that therapeutic or that vibe in a sense that just really takes you away. Like you can get captivated in the art piece and your day will go. But it's
Oh
just
yeah.
like it's amazing. And your work is amazing, which is sitting right behind you guys. So if you see that work behind, yeah, that's all him. Okay? This guy is dope. Ah. But no, so I do understand that. So you said it has connection to you would just listen to music because that's kind of like what you do now is art and hip hop. So
Mhm.
when you were watching TV, like what like, I know you do different artists in particular. Like what was that first artist that you painted, or the first artist that made you feel inspired to draw, you know, a version of them? Because you do really good. Like he got a portrait of Leah. Like it's just dope. So what was the first artist you believe that really gave you that inspiration? Like I'm gonna do them.
The first artist that really gave me that inspiration, I would say was Tupac. Yeah, it was Tupac.
Mm.
Um, yeah, Tupac. I would I would just sit, like I said, I was home most of the day, so I would just sit around, listen to the radio. And during this time they had like this this time during the day where they would play some of the they would play throwbacks. And I would just hear some like, you know, some hear the music, and then of course through, you know, just Google it. And honestly, that's where I fell in love with it at. And of course, like, yeah, I would say that would be the artist. And one of the reasons why I just fell in love with him, you know what I'm saying? It's just the way he like tells stories. I feel like I do the same thing with, you know, when it comes to my art, you know, and just to you know to like the passion that he has, like
Mm.
that he
Because
has, you
he
know.
is a lyrical poet. So
Yeah, and I think almost every artist, like every musician, I always take something from. Like I think one song that really inspired me, that he did it. I will always play. Like I grew up like playing this. Like I was like, I think it was called "I Ain't Mad at You." The first time I heard that, I remember the first I can tell you the first time I heard that on the radio. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh my God. Like, now remind you, I'm young, I'm just a kid, like, you know what I'm saying? In my mind, you know what I'm saying? He's speaking from he's speaking from a whole nother level, a whole nother perspective. For me, as a 13-year-old, as a 12 or 13-year-old, I'm listening and I'm just like, yo, man, this dude is so sick, man. Like, and honestly, that's what made me really fall in love with it. Like, just fall in love with it. And of course, after listening to him, I started learning, you know, hearing more artists, people like Nas, incredible storyteller who actually inspired this piece behind me. Um, like, yeah, like Rakim, like all of them. Like, I love it. I love it.
wow. See, man. And I think
It's,
everything in art has its own connection, you know.
mm-hmm.
We feed off of each other. From
Yeah, yeah.
from poetry to actual art to like it's visual. Like you basically are taking what their words and painting a visual picture for people. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of when I was looking at your bio, one of the things that popped out was, you know, certain words that you pinpointed in your bio that kind of speaks on the essence of your artwork. So you called it raw, poetic, and thought-provoking. So in regards to your art, what makes it raw, poetic, and thought-provoking? Like why are those the words that you chose for your art?
Okay. Well, one of the reasons why I feel like my pieces are like raw, first raw, is it's in your face. Like I just give it to you, you know how it is. I don't hold anything back in my art. If I feel a certain way about a situation or about a thing, I'm going to put it out there, regardless on how anybody feels about it. You know, and when it comes to art, it's very subjective. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to feel a certain way about it. So you know, it's raw because I look at my art the way you would look at a Pear Adult Advisory album. You know what I'm saying? You're getting it unfiltered. You're getting it in the most rawest way possible. So that's why I chose raw. Poetic, you know, I'm not only giving it to you raw, but I feel like I'm giving it to you in a style that comes from the heart, something that's genuine. That's what it is when I think about poetry. It's something that is it's rhythm. It's hard to describe, but it's poetry, man. It's insane. It's like I would say that this take if you could if you could if you could read my mind, you know what I'm saying? If you could read a person's mind, if you just a book, like just read a person's mind as if you would read a book. I would say poetry is one of those things, you know, where you can actually get inside a person's mind and actually see how they think in the most rawest and unfiltered form like possible, you know. So when I think about poetry, I just think about that. Like I'm just giving it to you like straight up, you know, in my style. And then thought-provoking, I always try to do something that's going to make you think. One of my favorite artists is also J. Cole, and I think I pattern myself, you know, my art, you know, how he patterns his, his music, you know. He puts it out there, and he don't just put it out there. He puts it out there in a way that makes you think. You know what I'm saying? Like reflecting. It makes you reflect on yourself, makes you reflect on your experiences, and just makes you reflect on life. And that's why one of the reasons why I describe my art as thought-provoking.
That's deep.
Yeah, it's when, you know what I'm saying, like, because I'm a very deep thinker. A lot of times I don't really put it out there like that. A lot of people don't know that about me. Of course, they see it in my art and stuff like that. So
I was about to say, because your art speaks for itself.
Yeah, but just having a regular conversation, like I'm naturally, it's very real people. It's very few, I would say this. It's very few people that I actually like open up to about, you know what I'm saying, about what really be going on in my mind and what really like and how I think about things. Like it's very few people that I do it with, but because I mostly like everything mostly goes towards my heart. Like that's mostly where I channel my inner thoughts, my inner emotions. You know.
Everybody has their different form of like release, their different outlet, and yours just happens to be an art, and which is amazing art. And it, like you said, it speaks for yourself. All of your work has its own story, it has its own beginning, middle, and end. And when you're able to see something or see an art piece and project the story, it's just like it leaves you speechless, but it leaves you thinking a lot. Your art leaves the person really like investing on what is going on in here, or as well as the topic at hand, because you do have a mural right now that you created where it had a picture of a little boy with a mask, fist up, and that's people have to ride by and see that, and it's gonna and it kind of like even seeing on social media, it just stops me and it goes, wow. Like, you know, just like that. It's that mirror that you have to sit in, because it's wow because of how it was projected, how it was painted, like it color usage, as well as the boy and the mask and the fist. It's like everything that's going on in 2020 right now. You just said, here, think about it. So in a sense, like, how did you feel? You know, like, how did that happen to the point where they asked you, like, hey, can you do this mural? But what made you choose that in particular?
Well, that was actually my second mural that I have done. Yeah, the second mural that I did, you know, in the city of Brunswick, just second mural period, actually. So I was just at work, you know what I'm saying, getting ready to head off to Atlanta. And on the way heading out to Atlanta, I get a phone call, and they're like, this lady, this group out of Atlanta, and they're like, hey, we're doing murals all over Georgia. We want to do one in Brunswick, and we want you to do it. And I said, okay, cool, all right, I can do that, yeah. And she said, however, we need it done within a week. And I was like, okay. Okay. Now remind you, this is Friday. So she and they wanted it, and they wanted like everything finished and revealed by the next Friday, which was gonna be the I think the day before the 4th. So I was like, okay, cool, all right. So I immediately just went into to like my mindset just went into creative mode. Like I gotta come like I knew I wanted to do something big. I knew I wanted to do something that just speaks to this time. And they gave me the idea. The idea was Black Futures Matter. That was the idea. So they just said, you can do whatever as long as the building is Black and it has the same Black Futures Matter, which was amazing, you know, to be able to get, you know, creative control like that, because not a lot of times you really don't get creative control. So just the fact that they you know, gave me the opportunity to just zone in and do what I want just made it even more like sweet. So I went, you know, I spent the whole weekend just trying to come up with designs. And once I came up with the design, you know, in the boy holding the fist, I had sketched it out, sent it to it. Everybody loved it. And I was like, okay, cool. It's time to execute. And I think I started working on it. I painted half the building Monday, took Wednesday off, took Tuesday off because it was raining, end up finishing it on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday.
So really like your 2 days.
Yeah.
Good.
And the craziest thing about it, I did not think whatsoever the mural would have gotten that much attention that it would have gotten. Because honestly, I thought the first one would have been that big one that made people be like, oh my God, like, yeah, that would have drawn people in. But it was the second one. And I'm guessing, like, no, not guessing. I know it's because of what's going on right now. People can relate to it. I want it to be something like, I want it to be bold. I wanted it to be something like, as soon as you're driving down the street, like you see it, it's in your face. It's almost like a billboard kind of. But it's been a blessing. I did not expect to get the amount of exposure it got.
Yeah, because it was on the news out there and everything.
Oh yeah, it was everywhere. It was everywhere. So like I said, it's a blessing to be able to do that. Like, to be an artist and see your work. You're just scrolling down your timeline and all you see is pictures of your work and pictures of people, like people taking pictures of your work and them in front of your work. So it's amazing. Like it's great. Like I'm taking it all in right now. I just feel blessed, you know, to be able to do that, you know, for the city of Brunswick.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. Have you ever ever created a gallery for your work for people to come and see, or is that something that you would want to do in the future?
Like, what you mean, like like my own gallery where it just stays, like, what stays there throughout the year? Or?
Yeah. Or even season, or like an event, or.
Oh yeah. I've done a couple of shows, a couple of art showings. It's and they're gone pretty good. My last showing was at the library. That did amazing. Like, that was crazy in itself. That was actually one of the, I think that was actually one of the reasons I was able to get that, you know what I'm saying, to get that mural job, because of my show I had did at the library. Now, because of social distancing, I wasn't able to have like an actual reception, but it was just a space where, you know, the library, Glenn, Marshall's of Glen Library gave me the opportunity to showcase my work throughout the month. And it just did so good, you know, almost every day somebody was tagging me in a photo of them taking pictures in front of, you know, in front of the paintings and stuff like that. So yeah, and that, so far, that's been my third show that I've done in total. I'm currently working on my fourth.
Ooh, your fourth. See, you just keep going. You know,
Oh yeah.
in the middle of like all these blessings, which you have been granted so many amazing opportunities to do, and have impacted your community or the people around you, down to me. Like, for anybody out there, we've never officially met in person.
Yeah.
This is my Insta friend. We've been Insta friends for like 3 or 4 years. I respect his work. He's respecting mine. And so, like, it just, his work has influenced me, and I'm sitting here in Philly. But even in the middle of all those blessings, did you ever feel like at a moment like you wanted to stop, or has there ever been a moment where you felt challenged in a
Oh
sense?
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I actually, not the one before, not the one at the library, but the last show before that, Don't Take It Personal, which is a show that I had did back around this time in May last year. I ain't for lie, there was a period of time where I did get discouraged, and I was like, I don't know if this thing gonna work. Like, maybe I should just, like, you know, because I felt like at the time, I felt like I was just, you know, becoming one of those, you know, Instagram artists. Like, you know, all you do is just post work, but it doesn't translate into anything else. And that's where I feared, you know what I'm saying, like, becoming into, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, but yeah, I got into that period of time, and then not just that, I wasn't, you know, I was going through a kind of a block too, I would say art block where,
Because
you know,
artists get blocks in all forms.
oh yeah, oh yeah, and sometimes a lot of times it comes when you just have a lot of stuff going on, and you're not able to really cope with it. Actually, to be honest with you, I'm actually going through a little block right now, but it's nowhere near it was like last year. I realized the only reason I'm going through a block is I haven't gave myself enough time to step back from everything and actually, you know, I'm hoping it's the right word, but I'm gonna say this. Think about my feelings, and because that's what my art is born out of. It's born out of my feelings and how I feel about certain situations. Yeah, usually the only time I go through that period of time is where I'm not really connected as I should be to myself. And the only reason I'm not connected to myself because I'm out busy doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything. And that's where I felt like I was at a place. But the only reason I was able to pull myself out of that place is because I had took a step back, and I just say, you know what, this is what I love to do, and I'm going to continue to do it. Like, I don't care how long it takes, you know, to you know, for me to make it happen. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm going to go at this. And I approach art with this mindset. Like, it's either all or nothing. Like, I'm at this place in my life, like, I'm 22, about to be 23 in November. And right now I'm like, this is all I care about. Like I love art. You know what I'm saying? I just started doing tattoos. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, my art, my life literally revolves around it. And I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
That's,
that's, you know, I've definitely been in that place and put myself
yeah.
out.
I mean, that journey is awesome to me. I feel like that the journey that we travel as artists is what feeds our work.
Yeah.
Even in that moment of being blocked, because like you said, you had to like take a moment and breathe and reflect in yourself. But even in
Mm-hmm.
that moment of reflecting in yourself and being one with yourself, you unlock so many more like levels of yourself that you didn't know that you had. So
Yeah. I
like
would,
those blocks are I don't know, I think those blocks are sometimes necessary because it stops you.
yeah.
It makes you sit down somewhere.
I will also say this. I will also say this. Those periods of time where, because there was a period of time like before, because honestly, everything really started like, I didn't really like everything really started. I would say really started to where I actually started to reap the benefits, where the money started coming in and everyone and the attention started coming in was only I would say just maybe around this time, like this year, like the beginning of this year, was like really when I started to see things like really take off in a whole nother level. Um, and before that, like I was in a like I was in like I said, because I was just coming off of Don't Take It Personal, you know, and I got into this place where I would say I wasn't appreciating, everything. And I would say another thing, one thing that really made me want to go hard was, about the Ahmaud Arbery. You know about the Ahmaud Arbery, right? That happened in my hometown. It happened in my the city I call home, Brunswick, Georgia. And there was a period of time where I was getting so caught up in, what I'm saying, in myself and what I was going through and getting overwhelmed with, everything else, where I just had to take a step back and be like, you know what, this is what matters to me. Like right now, you know, we're going through a very stressful time, a very sad time in my city. And I said, you know what, I'm going to try my best to put out, what I'm saying, artwork, what I'm saying, that speaks on that and gives and just give you my thoughts. And I'm telling you, like when I just started doing that and I pulled myself out of that, man, it's just been nothing but, what I'm saying, nothing but blessings, what I'm saying, after that. Just taking my mind off of what I'm going through and putting myself in the shoes of what's going on and seeing what's going around the world. Man, it's been, yeah, it really helped me get to that place where I needed to be at.
Wow. That's that in itself. Like we were mourning over here, but that's your hometown. So and
Yeah.
you did do a portrait of him as well. Um,
Yeah. And matter of fact, just yesterday, one of his best friends, Ahmad Arbery's best friends, came in and I did a portrait. This is my first tattoo portrait. I did a portrait on his arm.
wow.
My first tattoo portrait.
That's so deep. Wow.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
all I can say. It's just like wow, because it's like art is everything, man. It's
Yeah.
everything. That
Yeah.
visual representation of an embodiment of a thought, a mood,
Uh-huh.
the heart
Yeah.
of someone.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't even imagine, like, cause it's so crazy. Like it's one thing to watch it on the news and hear from like all the celebrities and all this other stuff, everybody doing their thing. But I'm gonna tell you something, when you actually talk to the family, like I've had the, what I'm saying, the chance to meet his mother, what I'm saying, like I'm telling you, it changes you. You know what I'm saying? It changes you. It makes you when you see this person as he you it's more it becomes more than just a hashtag, because you feel the connection that you know that this person had with them, and you empathize with the hurt that they're going through. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel it, like it. You know what I'm saying? It hurts your heart as well. Like and like I said, it's real, man. It's real. I remember just driving by, like after leaving leaving, just coming one of the protests. First time I seen Ahmad's mother, she was standing. She was standing. She was talking to somebody, and just to see like the look, you know what I'm saying? Just to see her, hugging somebody, you can see like the hurt, you know what I'm saying? She's, what I'm saying, trying to keep it together. And it just honestly, it just broke my heart. That's what made me feel like, yeah, this is more like it's real. Like these are people, these are actual people, You know what I'm saying? It's more than just a hashtag. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whew, Chile.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
Yo,
get on this deep,
look,
bro.
no, seriously, that stuff. See, that's what we're talking about. This is an open forum, a conversation.
Yeah.
And your art is a reflection of reality. So, and
Yeah.
that is a reflection. Sadly, that is our reflection of reality. That now when they see like your mural, you think about those things. And hopefully when people see those things who have a different perspective than us can see that and see the hurt in our community, the hurt in our mothers, the hurt in our fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts, and understand that is bigger than what they think it is. And
Yes.
that we're not just chanting the chant. We're not marching the march. We have a purpose. And
Yeah.
your art can help people understand that purpose in a way that words can't. So that in itself, like you're leaving a mark on this world, for anybody, even down to the kids that will walk by your mural and be like, why? Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just deep. That's deep. That's deep, man. So look, I just want to say this. So when, like, we always think about our future, what we have in our future, things like that. What type of legacy do you want to leave on this world? What type of I guess in a sense, like, what do you want your art to say? Like, if you weren't here, your art lives on, what would you want it to say? What would that legacy be?
Okay, so I feel this. I feel like my art speaks to the average everyday person. It speaks to the single mother trying to raise her daughter. It speaks to the young boy walking home from school, and he's just wondering, like, man, is this going to be like, is this it? Is the hood it? You know what I'm saying? Is this all that I have to look for me? Like, my art speaks to every single one of them. It speaks to, you know what I'm saying, urban adolescents. So I want my legacy to be that they matter, that their voices matter, and that you can do anything in this world that you put your mind to, as long as it's your heart. That's where your heart is, and you continue to stay genuine with it. That's what I want my legacy to be. I want these kids to look inside themselves, or just anybody to look inside themselves when they see my art and be like, you know what? I don't care what situation I'm going through. You may be going through law school, being an engineer, or trying to become an artist, or whatever you may be going through. I want you to know that you can do that. You know what I'm saying? And that your voice matters. You know what I'm saying? You matter. You know what I'm saying? Your dreams matter. And it doesn't just go for Black. You know what I'm saying? It goes for white. It goes for everybody. Really. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, telling it from the perspective of a Black man. That's where my art comes from. You know what I'm saying? As a Black man, I don't know what it's like to be, you know what I'm saying, to be white or be Asian, be any of that. But I can tell you what it's like to be a Black man, what it's like coming up in the thoughts and my fears and stuff like that. And if you connect with it, you know what I'm saying, that's great. I felt like I've done my job.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my legacy. I just want people to know that they matter.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like your work is speaking on it. Is your legacy has already started.
Thank you.
Your work is doing just that.
Thank you.
You are amazing. You are dope. Like I told y'all, this is my IG friend for the past 3 or 4 years. And just to watch his work evolve has been amazing. So I had to get him on the show. And I had to, have him express how he felt and his artwork to y'all, because art is life. Art is the interpretation of life. It's our own reality. We paint a visual picture. So I honestly, like, you're dope.
Thank you. And one of the reasons why I like, and I would just say this, like, to you, like, even to your audience, one of the reasons why, like, I know, like, even though, like, I'm very, like, stretched out with time, like, when I first, like, got your DM, you know what I'm saying, and you wanted to, like, do this, I was like, okay, I gotta make time for this, because, like, you're a very, really genuine person. Honestly, just sitting here talking to you, like, you feel like family. It doesn't even, like, this whole thing doesn't even feel like an interview. It feels like just having a conversation with, you know what I'm saying, like that family member, and just opening up and just telling them like, you know, what's been going on, you know? So I would just say thank you for just being that light, that shining, you know, that shining. And I would just say continue to, you know, keep shining on, you know, on everybody. And I wish you nothing but, you know, success on what you're doing. I feel like you're going to be big, and I'm a big fan of yours, as you know, as yours as well. So definitely keep going what you're doing. We definitely need more people with your energy and your spirit.
Thank you so much. Look, I appreciate it. That's all this is about. It's a light in the middle of everything that's going on, and that's all I'm going to project in this world full of bull crap.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. But you know, we can't end this off all this heartfelt stuff. We can't do that.
For sure.
That was serious and heavy. But you know, I like to end all of my interviews with a game.
Okay.
All right. So, you know, it's the element of surprise. Since you're art and hip hop, I thought, why not make it, you know, hip hop? Now, I'm an R&B neo soul kind of girl, but you know, I'm a little something, so you know. But this is really in light of the versus battle that has been happening. Instead of saying this or that, basically, I'm gonna give you two artists and verse them up against each other, and you tell me who would you think would win that battle.
Okay, all right.
So it's this and that versus edition, okay?
Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right. Meek Mill versus Future.
Meek Mill versus Future. Oh my God, yo. That is so out there, man.
You gotta think. Gotta be quick on your feet.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Future, just because like I Future got bars. Like, I don't care what you say, Future got bars. Like, some people may look at him as toxic, but I just mess with his overall vibe because he's just so honest about it. He is
toxic. I'm not even gonna lie.
But he's honest. He's probably the most honest rapper that you see about his, like, he has a
toxic rapper.
He has a lyric that say, I won't enjoy life unless it's toxic. Like, you can't get no honest than that. Like, Mike Tijat, I just think his flow is just out of this world. He's a genius, especially with flows. And just his overall run, like, he's got those hits. Like, he's got those hits.
All right, we're gonna give it to the Mr. Toxic for that one. Mm-hmm. Most Def or Talib Kweli?
Most Def or Talib Kweli? I would say Most Def.
I'm right with you. Like, I like Talib Kweli, but Most Def?
Most Def, yeah, I like Most Def.
Facts. Okay, so Ludacris or Nelly?
Ludacris and Nelly? I like Ludacris, but I'm gonna have to give it to Nelly. Nelly got because Nelly got those vibes, like country grammar. Yeah. Like, oh my God, like he definitely got those, like, because I feel like he's one of those people, like, he can do both. He has like that hard flow rap thing, but he also has the R&B thing, like he can.
See, but Ludacris literally can come back, make a hit, go away for 2 years, come back, make another hit, and go away for
he can. You know what? That's one thing I would say he does have over Nelly, because Nelly, he hasn't really had that recent of success. But yeah, when Ludacris does come back, he does like smash him. Like, I still remember like when How Low, you know what I'm saying, came out. Like, that was a whole smash.
I'm gonna let you give it to your Nelly. You know, I'm a little over here, but I'm gonna let you give it to your Nelly. Nicki or Cardi?
I'm gonna have to give it to Nicki. Nicki, because she got those, like, and I would just say because it's so early for, like, it's still Cardi is still relatively new. I would give her a little bit more time, you know, just like, I just feel like she just needs more time. Like, Nikki's been out here, I think she had it's been 10 years, it's over 10 years since Nikki been doing her thing. Like, yeah, like 12 years, really. Yeah, and Nikki, one thing I would say about Nikki, the best thing about it, she stayed consistent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's definitely, like, you know, even though she could have done better with switching up her, you know what I'm saying, switching up her flow, like evolving more, but she's definitely stayed consistent and definitely stayed, you know, I consider her a whole legend, to be honest with you.
She is definitely, I think it take a lot for me to consider somebody to be a legend, but she's definitely in the running for that.
Yeah.
Legend,
and
you gotta be here. Wow.
But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say people are gonna look at, just give it some time. People are gonna look at Nicki Minaj the same way they look at Little Kim.
Well, yeah, people look at, they're doing it now. I mean, I don't, you know, Nicki,
I mean, as a legend wise.
I'm saying, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. We, like, a lot of artists who are in that legend status, they kind of have been inspired by somebody. I believe Nicki was inspired by Little Kim in the style. Yep. But I do believe she's going to be a legend in the sense of Little Kim, because Little Kim is a legend in my head. Like,
Yep. You're right. I think you
like
can say
Chris Brown and Michael Jackson. Like,
yeah, and it's same thing. You can say, like, with Rakim and Nas. Like, you can say that.
Yeah. So I just believe that's another evolving variation of, you know, that type of legend, or that type of, I guess, the area in which they're in their own right. So Lil Wayne and Eminem. Lil Wayne.
Oh my God! You already know who I'm going with. Y'all don't know why. Like, I like M. Don't get me wrong. I think M is an amazing artist and very talented. I'm gonna have to give it to Lil Wayne.
You gotta give it to Lil Wayne, man.
Huh?
You gotta give it to the fire, man. This man just made up lyrics off the spot, and they still was tight.
Hey, like, oh my God, yo, like, we don't really realize just how little. I don't think this era, like right now, some of these kids, I call them kids, but I don't really think they realize just how popping Lil Wayne was like 10 years from now.
Seriously?
Like 10 years ago, like that man was the most, like, incredible. Like, there was nobody like touching Lil Wayne, and the fact that he's like been doing it, like he's had like over a 20-year run of just being at the top.
Yeah. Seriously.
You know?
That means
and not just that, I think more, don't get me wrong, I think more, we can relate more to Lil Wayne, I would say. Because like,
but Lil Wayne, that's just,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I've never wanted to kill my mom, of course. So, you know, I can't really relate that much with Eminem. I've never relate that much with Eminem, but don't get me wrong, he's his own lyricist, like, he's great. But I feel Lil Wayne's lyrics much, much more.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's it. That's our versus battle.
Pick
your winner. So we do thank you so much for taking, you know, just a brief time out your day to come on here and share, you know, your knowledge, your thought process, to be open and, you know, just take yourself out of that introverted bubble for a second to share everything with us. So I do appreciate you so much for that. And I know everybody watching, you know, you never know who you're going to affect. Like, you never know who you're going to impact watching this. So I want you to give everybody your social media handle so that they can go and follow your work.
Yes, you can go follow me, Roderrick _ Art and Hip Hop on Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook. That's Art and Hip Hop on Facebook. My personal page is Roderrick Davis. That's RODERRICK DAVIS. That's Davis. And then you can also visit my website, which is Roderrick.com. Yeah, I know. Just basic. Roderrick.com.
But that means it's easy to go to.
Yeah. So I just made it as plain as possible. Art. I would have did art and hip hop. That domain. Yep.
And support.
Yeah.
Support his work, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, when you click on it, you're going to be like, wow, okay, I need that. I need this too. I need my own self-portrait of whatever I need. It's
for sure.
Amazing. So, but we're going to put that in the comment section, in the info box. Thank you again. I do hope that you have a wonderful and amazing day. But that's all we have for this week of the Creatives Corner. Until next time, we'll check you later. Peace.
Peace.